This is Pulse 95.
Pulse 95.
It's the Morning Majlis. It's the Morning Majlis.
Welcome back onto the program, and we are going to be talking a lot about the world of financial services and why it matters to a lot of people, especially when it comes to the discussions surrounding buying shares. And everyone's been talking about the world of Bitcoin. They've been talking about a lot of other investment types. But there is something called Islamic shares. And I you know, my own family members, if I tell them saying, hey, I'm going to buy shares, they'll come up with this connotation with saying, look, you know, there's haram, risk involved, the ethics of the company you're buying into. So let's break it down for all of us. So we've got Shadi Bataineh, who is a trading manager at Sharjah Islamic Financial Services here in the studios, who's going to be answering a few questions and some of your questions as well that have been coming in. So Shadi, let's start off talking about this idea of what is Islamic shares.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Regard these topics nowadays, it's very attractive the investment in the stock, okay, in the equity, especially in the UAE market. After a few days, we will start the expo here, and we welcome with all of guys in the world to come to the UAE. So I think it's a very nice time to speak for these topics. Regard the Islamic shares, okay, there are in Dubai and Abu Dhabi financial market, many listed company. It's around 140 companies listed. Almost around more than 60-70% it's Islamic shares, okay. This is Islamic shares or Islamic companies. There are criteria to classify the shares as Islamic or as Sharia point of view. The first criteria is regard the career, okay. All of us, we know there are two kinds of the banks. There are commercial banks and there are Islamic banks. The commercial banks shares is not allowed or not halal, okay. By the way, other all shares, Islamic or insurance, there are commercial insurance. This is based on the career. It's not allowed to trade as a Sharia companies. Otherwise, it's acceptable to trade. This is the first criteria, regard the career or regard the activity for the company. The second criteria, it's regard the source of the profit. We know there are some real estate company have hotels, okay, and in the source of the profit for these hotels is coming from, as example, alcohol service. This is not acceptable as a Sharia point of view. But by the way, there are some flexibility in the Islam and in Sharia. If this source of the income less than 5% from the total profit will be acceptable as a Sharia point of view. This is also allowed to trade as a halal, okay. If that profit from not Sharia less than 5% will be acceptable as trading as a halal shares or as halal company. This is the second criteria. The third one or the last one criteria regard the loan, okay. There are some company provide loan, even it's take it loan or borrowing or lending, okay. If this lending or borrowing from commercial bank, it's reach less than 30% from the total assets, still this company will be halal. So based on this criteria and the flexibility on this criteria, that's why more than 70% from the listed company in the UAE market is halal. And by the way, as a liquidity, I ask some guys, student or any investment or any guys, he told me I am interested with the Imar company, with the Itisalat company, okay, this is more famous, Air Arabia. Many of the companies or share will be classified in this Sharia or halal company. For that, really or some very less liquidity go for the another shares. By the way, this standard, it's issued from higher Sharia authority, and this standard implemented here in the all banks, the Islamic in the UAE.
We have a question from one of the listeners saying that is Bitcoin, investing in it, is it halal or haram? From your point of view.
Okay, as our reference here in UAE for the, I call sometime IFTA Abu Dhabi, okay, there are free number 800-224. You can speak with this line and listen the answer. And nowadays, the response like this is still not acceptable.
Okay.
Not acceptable.
Right. Okay. Now this is quite interesting. So, obviously now we've got the world of the Islamic shares sorted out. So, what about the big markets? When people are investing in it, because we've seen a big development happen the other day. There has been an increase of working hours and also a reduction of commission fees at Abu Dhabi Stock Exchange. How does that affect me as an individual and some of the clients that you help invest? What is so significant about this?
Okay, all our investor or our investors looking for the main target or main goal. The main goal to maximize the profit.
Yeah.
Okay. So based on that, reduce the commission will be support or provide some more profitability for the investor or for the speculator, for anyone would like to go for the market. By the way, even if from any countries in the world looking for the markets active, our market here in UAE is very active, high attractive, and looking to achieve higher profitability. Okay, here there are all of this opportunity available, especially from yesterday Abu Dhabi financial market even start to reduce the commission. This is, by the way, the third time Abu Dhabi Security Exchange reduced the commission. Okay, nowadays the commission here in Abu Dhabi financial market, it's like one from the lowest commission in the world. Okay, for that it's more attractive. MashaAllah, Abu Dhabi Security Exchange in the last 2 years, the index is more than double increased. Okay, for that, all guys here or in the world looking for the high market activity. The market will be provide less commission. There will be support the customer or the investor or the speculator to coming here and to invest money in the market.
Okay. Now, I want to ask this question to you, and it's a very personal one as well, and it's a couple of texts that have been rolling in, especially from Faisal again, our very frequent listener. She's saying, who can invest? But I'd like to build on this is, who's eligible to buy shares? Because my mindset says, maybe I don't have enough money. Maybe I need to invest at least $100,000 to be able to, 100,000 dirhams to be able to buy shares. What is the entry point? Who can go in and say, I want to buy shares?
Anyone in the world, you can come open account here, brokerage account, and you can invest in the market without any minimum balance or any minimum investment capital. Even yesterday, both of Abu Dhabi and Dubai Financial Market reduced the minimum charge. Okay, so before, if anyone would like to invest in the market, there are some limitation. There are some should be invest not less than, as example, 500 dirham or 1,000 dirham. Okay. Nowadays, even if this amount is enough to invest. Why? Because the commission even reduce it. No minimum. Okay. There are just small percentage, small amount. It's around 30 dirham. It's fixed. But by the way, anyone who can invest in the market, even students, even manufacturer, even businessman, anyone. Okay. No any limitation for this, and it's very easy. Okay. Just open account, and you can call with the broker. Study any information in the market available. It's announcement in Abu Dhabi and Dubai Financial Market website, and you can take the decision regarding the invest. And nowadays is a good time, by the way.
Yeah, it's great to see that. Investing now, even in the world's leading stocks, is more affordable and easier than ever in today's climate. Can you talk to us some more about the impact of increased foreign ownership here in the UAE companies and how that bodes for investors in the country?
Yeah. In the last couple of years, UAE market it's support to open listed company for foreigner. Okay, nowadays it's around more than 80% or 90% from the listed company. It's allowed the foreigner to invest in the shares. You can buy it. Okay, you can invest, and especially in the Sharjah, there are some great company like Air Arabia, Sharjah Islamic Bank, Danagaz. Okay, some companies nowadays it's already open for foreigner, and another is working it. Maybe the next few months, some other company will be coming and open for the foreigner. There are other things regard the liquidity in the market. Okay, why nowadays there are good time to reduce it and to increase the time for the trading session. Okay, mashallah, nowadays the trading volume is around 1.5 billion. It's a huge 1.5 billion dirham, sometimes 2 or more, 2 billion per day. Okay, it's provide more support for the markets to reduce the commission, to attract more liquidity, to attract more investors. And by the way, the trading session, it's increased to 1 hour more.
Okay. So that just gives them more time to think about and invest. But I'd like to know who is actually investing. Who's the biggest demographically, nationality-wise? Who are the people who are trading the most? Is it more Emiratis or is it more expats that have come in and joined the market recently?
There are, by the way, all of the nationalities, no restriction regarding the nationality.
Yeah.
But by the way, the main active here in the last 3-4 years, many foreigner coming to invest funds, institution.
Okay.
Because the market in the UAE, there are very good company, and this is a company as a fundamental analysis achieve good profit, and they provide dividends like yearly basis, and some company semi-annual dividends distribute to the investor, and this will be support investors to coming here and to spend and to expand the invest as they can.
Any particular industry that's dominating? I know it's very unfair for you to say and comment because it's going to affect the market, but overall, let's say over the last 2 years, any particular industry that you've seen is getting a lot of finance and a lot of investors coming in?
Nowadays, it's already huge funds coming here. There are some indicators regarding the trading volume in the markets. When you say more than in the 2021, the average trading volume per day, it's around 1.5 billion dirham. This is huge.
But where is this money going? Is it pharmaceuticals? Is it oil? Is it...
Okay, nowadays it's diversification.
Okay.
Real estate, service company, اتصالات, all of this diversification, because the huge funds or institutions, there are the main points should be diversified, the investment, not put it in the one basket.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, this is the rule in the finance. Don't put your cash in one basket, because if somehow something is happening, you can affect in all your pockets. So it will be diversified. Put it in the multi sectors.
Okay, so I'd like to get your message to potential investors. If I look at my wallet, I have 15 dirhams. Maybe I can invest it and check it out. But to invite others to get into trading, what would you say to them? Because there's going to be a lot of listeners still out there who've got a lot of savings. They might have 100 to 200,000 dirhams in their bank account just sitting there waiting for a rainy day. What would you say to them to say, you know what, have a big heart, be courageous, and invest something in? What would your message be to them?
Okay, we are now in the exceptional time period regarding the interest rate or the profit murabaha in the banks. Nowadays in the world, the interest rate is the lowest. In some countries, reach zero or near zero. Okay, so there are negative relationship between the interest rate in the world and regard the equity price or shares price. When the interest rates go down, by logic, the market price for the shares will go up. So we are in the very good time to looking for the opportunities, and these opportunities nowadays it's concentrate in the companies or in the shares. So better to looking for this opportunity to achieve profit. Regard the amount, you are telling me if I have 50 dirhams. Okay, don't look for the amount, looking for the percentage. Okay, by the way, if I have 50 dirham or 100 billion dirhams, I'm looking for the percentage increase it. If the 50 dirham after 2 years or 3 years will be 100 dirham, that means I achieve 33%. Okay, if I compare this percentage with another investment in real estate, in the banks or anywhere, it's amazing percentage. Okay, and there are many examples nowadays in markets. Some companies or some shares, it's make double of a price in the last 2 years. Okay, many examples. So that's mean there are the good opportunity, attractive, and we'll be thinking regard the first one, which company I will choose it, and should be keep in our mind should be diversification, the investment, not put it all in the one shares. You can diversify, put it in 3 sectors. It's better to minimize the risk.
That sounds very interesting. I think I'll have to start investing in stocks now, because when you hear a lot of your friends investing, you feel left out, which is very, very good.
Yeah, indeed. And could you tell us where people interested in being involved with the Islamic Financial Services, where they could head for information and getting access to those as well?
Okay, there are some Islamic banks, and these Islamic banks have the brokerage company. So anyone, you can go for this company. Like us, we are from Sharjah Islamic Financial Service. We are subsidiary from Sharjah Islamic Bank. Anyone can call us, visit us, and sign the open account form. No need any charge for this open account. Okay, just we need some documents like passport, like resident. Okay, this is enough to open account. And then we can contact with us by direct phone or by use application. Nowadays, we have different way to trading in the market. You can use the application and website, or contact, or keep in touch. This is easy way and fast way.
And in terms of consultation, let's say I open up the trading account right now, and I've invested 73 dirhams 50 in Al Halib Milk Services LLC, for example, and then I made a loss over there. Is that something to panic, or would you say yes, you can come to people such as yourself and we can advise you better? Is there advice out there for risk?
Okay, regard advice, there are many sources of the information. Like our company, we have the official Twitter account. You can throw in this account, read the news, and from this news, like we looking for the profitability for the company. This gives us like indicator if the company achieve good profit, and this profit continues from year to year, and this is company distribute the dividends in the yearly basis. Okay, that's a good indicator. This company is good. Okay, so we can go for this company. Read it, the information regard that, and if I interested with this sector, okay, this is good information to invest there. And by the way, that the shares or any investment in the world, there are some little or some risky in the investment. No, any investment in the world, zero risk. Okay, by the way, the risk in this company, if the companies achieve good profit, it will be low risk. Okay, so based on the profitability. Regarding the advice in the direct way, I don't recommend it to ask one not officially to give you advice. Sometimes this guys in unofficial way advice illogical in guys to invest in the X company or P company based on the not actual information.
Right.
For that, by the way, looking for the good sector. Nowadays, there are some sector achieve high profitability, even if the corona healthy sector. Okay. We can looking for them some sector. It's good based on the time and the period. Nowadays, we are waiting the expo. I think airplane companies will be more quarantine in the next couple of months, and electronic or technology sector. It's a very good sector nowadays.
Wow, so now I'm going to make those notes, and instead of investing in Al Halib Milk Pharmaceuticals or wherever, I can invest somewhere else. But that's very good. Thank you very much for joining us today, Shadi. A very informative discussion, and I'm sure this is going to invite a lot more investors to the market.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you for joining us, Shadi.
Thank you.
Thank you for you, and thank you for our listener. And by the way, as a final decision, the life is opportunities, and the good to take the decision in the good time. Okay, for nowadays, what's provided as a government, all of that do it to now, and we are welcome for the expo. I think it's very good time to go for the market, study it, and to have the good opportunity from the market to achieve profit.
Well, thank you for joining us, and text us at 4215 if you have any further questions about Islamic finance. I think that was a great overview right there. And stay tuned to Pulse 95. We've got more discussions lined up on the program. We'll certainly be talking about mental health initiatives for children in light of the impacts of the pandemic. Stay tuned to Pulse 95. Here's 4-5 Seconds by Rihanna.
If you liked this episode of the Morning Majlis, drop a like and subscribe.
95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.